I was looking somewhere else, and I came back and looked at you. And you had all that stuff on.
I was watching you. You wasn't even looking. I slid this shit on, and
oh man, look at that! Larry Hunt, Troy Hayes, Matt Ray, Jim Howard. Holy cow! What are you doing, Gary? You ready to go?
Man, I'm ready. I'm in full uniform. Look at that!
Oh, you're full of. You're full. Oh, there it is. He says, "Where's the pajamas?" There they are, right there. Oh,
Bucky's hat, Bucky's shirt, Bucky's pajamas.
You're rocking. All we need you to get some Bucky's socks, and you'll be ready. Oh my goodness, Gary, that's funny. Oh
yeah. I took a shower. I shaved, then I took a shower, and I walked in and I got dressed, obviously wearing this, and walked into the living room, and Tiffany didn't say nothing, but the look she had on her face, it said, "Don't you dare walk outside."
She knew it was showtime.
I've seen my daughter go outside in some pretty sketchy clothes. I thought I'd be okay, but
you got
Troy says, "Where's the pajamas?"
Yeah.
What?
You got the team mascot going on there, Bucky.
Man.
Oh my goodness, man, you're cracking me up. Oh, that's awesome.
We are. Larry, going on an African safari. This is my super duper sunshade, my Bucky's shade, Larry.
That's it.
This is the Super Shade Master 2000. All right.
Cool intro. You won that. That was
yep. Awesome. Boom. Score.
What's up, Carp? I see Brian Carpenter watching. I see Jeff Wheeler watching.
My buddy Tim Holt. Nice hat, nerd. Tim, have you ever been to a Bucky's? Come on, you're jealous.
My goodness.
Come on. Awesome. Jim Robinson. Hey, Jim. Welcome to your Sunday boys. Sunday night boys.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Champ is in the house.
Oh, yeah.
That's you.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Wherever you at.
No, that's awesome.
Oh, man, I had to do that.
That was awesome, Gary. I am not joking, guys. I saw he had a shirt on, but I was over here getting my phone ready and stuff. And when the intro came in, and it kind of puts us in mute mode. And right before it went live, I looked up and I saw that get up and was like, whoa, where's that GoPro?
Yeah. Yeah. And I, we can see each other down here in this little box in the boxes. And I was watching you and you're looking off to the side and I'm like, you're going to get it when you see this.
Awesome. Hey, Shannon Wise, how's it going?
Hey, Shannon. Tim says we're getting one here. Come on down.
Come on down.
Wow. Yeah. You lucky dogs.
Lucky dog.
Man. Yep. Bucky's cool.
Pulled pork sandwich.
Man. Let's see. I got the one of the going down. I got like a club type sandwich, was pretty good. And then on the way home, I got the brisket. Mm-hmm. The brisket was delicious.
Yeah.
Brisket sandwich. Yeah, it was really good.
I got the pulled pork and then the banana pudding.
Oh, I saw Joy with a cup of banana pudding also.
Yeah.
Was that Friday morning or I don't know what day that was? Thursday, I guess.
All ran together.
Yes. I'm surprised I remember anything as long as it's been.
Yeah. See, Larry, he works there.
Larry, I spend too much time at Bucky's since they opened one here. Oh, man. Dang. I wish we had one around here.
He's over there part-time. You know what I mean?
Yep. We'll put a bug in somebody's ear and send them over here to build one.
They're putting one in Kansas City area, my understanding, by the
racetrack. That doesn't do us any good. Wrong racetrack.
No, wrong.
Wrong racetrack, wrong side of town.
Woo.
Wrong corner. It needs to be on that southwest corner, not the northwest.
Yep. He knows
something that we could something that we could hit.
Yeah.
Marvin Jenkins. Hey, Marvin.
What's up, Marvin?
Marvin, I know Mr. Keith saw you today with one of my Zeus rails.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right on.
Oh,
What happened?
Shannon says you need to get the breakfast burrito.
There we go. Now I can hear you. All right.
That sounds good.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep. There's Marvin. Hey, guys.
Oh, Marvin. I see Mrs. Harper watching.
Oh, Mrs. Harper. Hello, Mrs. Harper.
Getting ready for that banquet.
That's right. That's just a couple weeks away.
Mm-hmm.
I guess what, three from yesterday?
3 from yesterday.
Yep. Did you get signed up? Did you follow the rules? Yeah. All right. I did too.
Yeah.
Should be a fun time. Last year was fun. This will be fun.
Yeah. I think we're supposed to bring some sort of dessert. Dessert or cookies or something like that.
Mm-hmm. I forget. I'll have to read the rules again. Well, what's been going on at your house?
Man, mowing grass / vacuuming leaves out there. I have a couple weeks behind, and just kind of clean the car up a little bit from going to Texas, and clean the trailer up a little bit from going to Texas, and that's about it. What about you? You been working on your hot rod?
Yep, a little bit. Got more word from parts approximation on being done from Mark last week.
Cool.
Then Mrs. Harper here. Mrs. Harper says, I got your RSVP for both of you. Bring a dessert like cookies or brownies.
Nice. Consider it
very
done.
good. Will do. With talking to Mark, I got he has a oil tank he wants me to use, so I had to do the rework over here on a bar. I had a bar that kind of got in the way in the space provided, so I had to cut that bar out. That's what I did today, and I got a piece of tubing from Keith, and I got it bent up, and I'll get it fitted, and it'll be out of the way, so I can get this oil tank in where it needs to be. There's only a certain space it'll fit, so.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah, I'll make it happen. It'll be all right.
Yeah.
Also, I got a tentative date set with Jason at Ultracolor. They're going to do the hood trimming and fitting, right, and the hatch trimming and fitting, hopefully in about 3 weeks.
Sweet.
So we'll let the professionals do that. I'm a welder, not a body guy.
Hey, just know your lane. That's all you got to do.
Exactly. That's right. Yeah. Okay. So ran into a snag with the Zeus rails, and we're getting that handled. Keith went over to Marvin's and did some tweaking on Marvin's brake to put the proper angle on it. It was pretty alarming when I discovered the problem. It was either my fender was out of whack or the rail was wrong. And Keith, no, it was an underbent problem. So I thought I knew what the issue was, but Keith has a couple cars over there. He was able to do some eyeballing and looking and determined that the rail was wrong.
Yeah. Well, so you got a good fender still, it sounds like.
Yes. Yeah. So we'll get that straightened out, and I'll get them rails on here like they need to be.
Right on. I see Nick.
Mods.
I see Nick. I see Babyface. I see the newlywed Marsoff.
Mr. Cameron. Hello, Cameron. Brian Schneider. Schindler.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So things are happening.
It sounds like.
Yep. Pretty excited to get the car to Jason and get the hood fit and get the hatch fit. Then the plan, hopefully I'll have it back in time for Christmas break. And I have all the parts for headers to build headers. I'll start on doing the headers on my Christmas break for 2 weeks. And then after that, I will coordinate with my paint guy, Brad, in Salina. And whenever he wants it after the first of the year, I'll take it and he can paint them 3 body parts and get that squared away and get it all one color again. So
man,
that's kind of a running tentative plan as it is right now. So
sounds like you got a plan, which is awesome.
Yep. So
cool.
We'll see how that works out.
Yeah. No,
hopefully it will be all right. It'll work out.
Yep.
Yeah.
One little step at a time, one little part at a time.
What's his comment here? Larry Hunt says, Gary, will you be running limited? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Anxious
Another
to
one in
see.
limited.
Yep. Limited. And anxious to see the new 2025 schedule and if there's any rules amended or added or taken away. Look, get the whole picture.
Yeah.
Kind of excited to see all that. Yep.
Very cool.
Yep. Coming soon, right?
Yeah. Hopefully by PRI. Maybe we'll see him there.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, Larry, running limited has completely derailed everything over here. Changing big changes to make this happen over here, but that's where we're headed.
Yeah.
Yep. Definitely. You mentioned PRI.
Yeah.
That is, let's say, what, about 4 weeks ish? 3.5 weeks?
3.5.
And yep. Had travel out on Wednesday. Head to Indy. That's always fun.
Lucas Oil Stadium.
Yep.
Cool.
That's always a fun trip.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You'll see some cool stuff.
Yeah, excited to go check that out and walk around. And I know I'm going to get a few things from Shroud and Simpson. And, of course, Mel Hamilton will be there. Get to say hi to those guys and just whoever else we run into.
You looking at anything in particular?
Parachute. Want to do a whole new parachute setup or just the bag and that sort of thing. And the chute itself. And then, because it was on the car when I got it. And so it's tired. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then same with the gloves. I've had these gloves for a minute and they're, you just wear them out. And so want to look at some new gloves from Simpson. So,
right.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Anything for you?
I was going to look at oil tanks and stuff, but Mark has that pretty well lined out.
Mm-hmm.
Something probably on the way or delivered this week. I would guess.
Yeah.
I didn't need to. I don't think there's anything really in particular that I'll be looking for.
Okay. Cool. Sounds good.
No.
What?
I'm bringing nothing home from PR.
My wife says I'm not bringing anything home from PRI. That's a deal. We can order shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you're not going to
bring it home. She says no t-shirts.
You're not going to. I mean, you order it, then it comes in a couple of days later after the fact.
She said there's enough stuff laying around and there's enough stuff in the closet. I just put more stuff in the closet today. That's a safe space.
It is, in case there's a tornado or something. Get all the good stuff in the closet.
It's clean. It's safe. There's not much of a chance of damage.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have my lanyard collection over here. You know what I mean? It seemed like I get a lanyard.
Yeah.
Cool.
Here's a comment for you. Caleb Hall says, "Congratulations to Rodney and team on the win."
Oh, thank you. Yeah, good time. We'll get into that. Appreciate that. Shout out.
Yep, that is good stuff.
What's Mrs. Harper saying?
Mrs. Harper says it's not PRI if you don't bring something home. New shirt, new pants.
New parts.
New pants. I'm wearing them.
It says parts, not pants.
Oh, parts. Pants. I want some more pants.
Yeah.
New pants. New shirt, new pants.
We got to get a new shirt and some new. I mean, we're going to get a new shirt. Come on, PRI shirt. And then, we'll order something. It's kind of like when we went to Summit. You can't walk out of there without anything. You got to
That's right.
Buy something. You know what I mean? I think they call that guy math or something. I don't know. You got to buy something.
Yeah.
So.
we had that discussion walking into the building the other day.
Yeah.
We got about $100 worth of stuff.
That's right. See, shipping. It's right there.
Or $109, I guess.
$9 free shipping. So we're already here.
Mrs. Harper says new stickers.
New stickers. That's right. Remember last year, right before we went, it was at the banquet. And so WDRA, we just met that whole team, came to the banquet, and then we saw the rod at that show. And when I saw that thing, that's when I just like, man, I want one of those so bad. That was awesome. Yeah. Oh, I'm the co-pilot. I'm the co-pilot. You know what I mean? You gotta have your sidekick here.
Now, this I am positive this is my wife and not my sister-in-law.
You think so? I think you're right.
Yeah, I'm pretty positive. This is definitely Tiffany. Rodney's not helping.
I'm not. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're a bad influence. Look at you.
Yeah.
So that's where we're going.
For that, we got to get some new tennis shoes though before we roll out there. My
Hey,
favorite last year.
I just ordered some new sneakers on Amazon this afternoon.
Did you? You get some Hey Dudes? What'd you get?
No, dude, I'm wearing Hey Dudes right now. I never wear these.
I knew you would.
Hey,
your relaxing clothes on.
I'm not a fan of Hey Dudes. They are not comfortable.
Yeah.
They're extremely flat.
Oh, like they don't have a lot of cushion.
No.
I don't have any, but I heard they're really comfortable.
They're not. I don't know who thinks they're comfortable with them.
In on that. Who's got some Hey Dudes on? I don't know.
Yeah, I got a weird outfit on.
Yeah, you're looking sharp.
Tiffany says I have something to show you. She says check your messages.
Uh-oh.
She probably took a picture in the closet.
She did. Oh my goodness, that is so funny. It's all wrapped up. Man, what we got here? Man,
There's a manifold.
I can't even tell. Is that the manifold? Then you got some shirts, then a cylinder head. Man,
hey, there's two turbos in there too.
Oh my goodness, I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
There's a turbo in each corner.
Yeah.
And there's a rack above that she can't even touch because it's too high. Oh, and there's a poly dominator and other stuff up there.
There's a whole new car under there.
Yeah. Larry says, "Hey, dudes, you're comfortable if you only weigh 50 pounds." I agree. It's like a house slipper.
That's out. You know, we're more than 50 over here.
Yep. Oh man. So that'd be exciting. We always look forward to going to PRI and that's a fun trip.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, a little getaway. Most of what we have tonight is Texas stuff, but there was a race at Mid-America Dragway last weekend while we were in Texas.
Yep.
And it was the last no prep.
Right.
Mid-America Dragway, they posted this. This is the results from November 9th, 2024, the Fall Brawl No Prep. The winners, and I got the pictures after this of these guys. This list of winners does not include the tailgate, but I've got those pictures. The 750 winner, Curtis Sprayberry, he has the is it a Tesla, right? Little red.
Yeah.
He races that thing a lot.
Yeah.
And he does really well.
He does very well with that car.
Yes. He is the 750 winner. Curtis Sprayberry. Runner-up was Wiley Kennedy. 650 winner, Brian Hilbert. Runner-up, Sean Sullivan. 580 winner, Joey Wright. Runner-up was John Ketch. Daily driver winner, Tim Williams. Runner-up, Jack Martin. Small tire, Brandon Sandlin. Runner-up was Nick Roberts. And 530 Little Gangsters, the benefit race on Friday night was Nick Roberts.
Man, you got Nick's name on there twice. My phone's blowing up here. I got about 6 messages from Tiffany now.
Oh, no.
I think it's more parts up on the top.
Oh, yes.
And then you're selling your stories, all your T-shirts lined up too. About 300 T-shirts. Oh, well, that's awesome. I just see that Sean won. He's got that Malibu G body, or he runner-up, excuse me. And
so Sean Sullivan.
Yeah, Sullivan's good to see that. And then Brandon, I think took the cake there in small tire. I'm not sure how the turnout was, but I know that 530 Little Gangster is going to be a good class next year.
Yeah,
a lot of cars can get in that, and I think the Titans of 10-5 call that Little Titans. And to be honest with you, not to get too ahead of ourselves, but at the Texas race, they had that class and they called it Extreme.
Yes.
And the same deal as an index deal. 490 to 510. They end up pulling 498 as a chip. And that's what it was. And so they had 32 cars in that deal.
Man.
And so
big class.
Good class, yeah.
That's cool.
You
That might be what.
I stand corrected. I think it was actually more than that. It was, I know they had 30 in Tim Webb's class, but I know it was a bunch. And, but yeah, that's going to be a good little class.
That might be where I'm headed with my stock Suburban engine.
Yeah, that 530 deal.
Yeah.
Data. Well, and you saw some of them how to do a proper burnout too when we were watching there. You
Well, I was taking notes.
Yeah.
I was taking notes.
Yeah.
Potato.
Yeah. No, that's good stuff. What's old Marvin Jenkins saying?
Marvin says, if you're heading to Indy, swing by CFM Performance and beat up on Mike and ask him how my Dukes are coming.
All right.
You got some new cylinder heads coming.
Yeah, heck yeah, that's awesome.
So is that a limited class on nitrous notice?
Yeah.
With Marvin?
Yeah. Sounds
Come on.
like it fit right in there. BBC with little kid on it.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
Tony Whitmore's watching. Hey, Tony.
What's
Chad
up?
Holzman. Dwight Wells. Yep. We got pictures of these guys that Mid-American Dragway they posted. This is the tailgate. Nick Rowland wins tailgate. We've seen this truck here a lot. He's been at the track out here local, and we've seen him down there at Mad before.
Right.
Okay. Marvin says, wait to see. Ask Keith. Oh, okay.
All right.
Very, very good. Tailgate runner-up, Dallas Kid. 750, there's Curtis Sprayberry, winner of 750. Runner-up, there's Wiley. Runner-up, 750.
Oh, yeah. With the truck.
Yep. Yeah, the white truck. He's been at Mad a lot. He's from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
I think he has done a lot of the Armageddon starting, hasn't he?
I think so.
Right? Yep. 650 winner Brian Hilbert. I believe he's from Salina.
Okay.
650 runner-up Sean Sullivan and his Malibu.
Very nice.
580 winner Joey Wright, another one from Salina. He's got a little pickup.
Man, the whole Salina team came down.
I know. Yeah. You know, they got quite a trip to make to come down. It's like at least a 2.5 hour drive to come down from Salina.
Mm-hmm.
So it's quite a trip.
Yeah. Well, they're making the most of it. They're taking home some checks.
Yeah, that's right. John Keith, runner up in 580.
Right on.
Tim Williams is the winner and daily driver. Looks like a red 69 Camaro. We've seen it out there before.
Yep.
Really nice looking car. Yep.
Really nice.
Nope.
What happened?
Too many clicks. I clicked it too many times. Jack Martin, runner up and daily driver.
Okay.
And Big Bad Brandon Sandlin, the small tire winner.
Right on.
And Nick Roberts was small tire runner up. And I would imagine this picture is from the 530 Little Gangsters win Friday night.
Right on. Got a nice model out of it as well.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
A lot of good racing. I think that was their last event, for the year there at Mad. And
yep.
So they ended off with a no prep, and it's good to see a good turnout like that.
Harper's can rest a little bit and then get ready to charge ahead for 2025.
I see Dave watching and Devin Brown.
Dave Music, Devin Brown. Hey, Devin.
I think Dave might be in New York if I saw that right.
I seen they was posting some pictures from New York City.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool.
Hey, with Chad on, Gary, wasn't we talking about JR if he's running 28s or 29s on the way to Texas? Wouldn't that mean you?
I think so.
Maybe Chad can answer that.
Right. Some 28 10.5s.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming that's what it is, but it might be a 29 non-W.
Right.
I'm not sure what the rules are.
I'm not either.
Cool.
Well, yep. So, other than our Texas stuff, that's the only other racing type stuff that was there.
Mm-hmm.
Evans, what's up, guys? Have you all recovered on your sleep? Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
That's the truth. I was on fumes on Monday. Oh, Gary took the day off too, didn't you? Right?
Yeah, we was in Oklahoma somewhere, and I texted my boss and said, "Hey, I'm taking 8 hours on Monday." I got plenty of vacation to burn, and there's no way I wanted to get up at 4 o'clock and go melt metal. on Monday morning and do a good job. So
this is your notice. I'm not coming in.
I'm out. Yeah. Then I slept till 9 o'clock. I think I was in bed by, I don't know, in that between 11 and 12. And then, man, I was sleeping good. At 9 o'clock, Tiffany woke me up. She said, get up and go eat breakfast. So I had to get up and go eat. But
yeah,
it was a good day. And and it was like middle of the afternoon. I was still pretty whipped. And I thought, man, I made the right decision staying home today. But poor Tanner got up and went to work though.
I know it.
Yeah, you did too.
Yeah. Went in for, I wanted to leave at noon, but ended up being there till after 3. So that's all right.
What was Monday like for you, Devin?
Yeah. How far of a drive? I wonder if that for those guys, they're probably about the same. What was it for us, Gary? About 7?
Yeah. We goofed off a little bit a couple of times, and between 7 and 8,
Well, I mean, it just depends on how long you want to stay at Buc-ee's. That's just what's
well, I was going to say that, like, there's like a hour window that is determined by how much goofing off you do.
Yeah, it only takes us an hour and 15 minutes to get to the track, but we start at Buc-ee's, so it's like 7 hours.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep. That's we'll get into all that here in a little bit.
Yeah, oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah. So that ends Mad's racing season. I'm sure they're already preparing for 2025 and looking ahead for that and getting prepared.
Yeah, getting the schedule out, getting it ready.
Yes. And I think they also like to have their stuff done in December too, don't they?
Yeah, definitely.
Man.
And just try to get lined up. Hopefully they're working with, the tracks around and some of the hitters, and we'll see how it goes there, lay it out, with Flying H or with the Titans and, getting on their schedule. So we'll just see how it's going.
Troy says, curious how many bruises Devin had on him from the wife once he made it home from his passes in Texas. his on-track tricks.
Yeah, I'm sure he had a bruise around his lower back too, from before he left Ennis.
I think like late Saturday night, he said his back did hurt.
Yeah, kind of after that, he was on adrenaline for a little bit, and then later in the evening, once all the Red Bulls kind of went through him, he it was starting to hurt a little bit. We'll get into that. Well, I wonder what caused that. We'll have to see.
Yeah, we got some pictures and video of that. Yeah. If you don't know what happened, we got the scoop.
Speaking of, Julia just popped on there.
Julia. So. Hi, Julia Brown.
That's awesome.
So that ended Mad's season, and with our trip to Texas, it also ended Rodney's season.
You bet.
So you put together a couple stat sheets.
Oh yeah. Gary and I talked about it, and we're like, hey, let's do a little analytics here and just talk about the races and the race stats and that sort of thing. And so we wanted to show you that. What's Julia saying?
I was calmed down by the time he got back. He's safe.
Yeah. No kidding.
Very good. Glad to hear.
There you go.
Yeah.
Definitely made that.
Yeah. So, yeah. We had this idea early in the week, and it gave you plenty of time to put some numbers together, and it's pretty interesting stuff.
All right.
Devin says, not bad. Got some game plans on the drive back for the car to get ready for 2025. Not going to lie, I was a bit sore. I bet.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
That's good, though. Already making plans for 2025.
Yep. So let's get into your stats.
All right. Let's see how it goes.
The first sheet we got, this is the races you attended, how you finished, and how many runs you made, and the location of the race.
Okay.
Yep. Started out in May and went till, last weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, that May 4th, and just looking at my log and also Facebook, that first one rained out, but that was the first thing. Actually, that was the first race around here on our schedule. The Texas race rained out as well, which should have been April 24th, if I remember right. And so we kind of had to set through a couple rainouts. We did get some testing in from Lopez putting in the boxes and the new converter and that sort of thing. Plus I freshened up the motor. So we were feeling good. So that first race was a rainout, but so my first actual race, we went down to the streetcar takeover at Flying H, and that was a Friday night race and a Saturday night race. And the Friday night race went out first round to Craven there, exited first round. So he got me, drew him. They do a chip draw on that deal. And so it was a good race, and he clipped me going through the lights. And I think that was I hit a cone on that one, if I remember right.
I don't think it's ever been talked about, has it?
I don't either. Is that news to everybody?
Well, maybe. Yeah. Hey, and so you said you pulled Craven's chip. That streetcar takeover deal, there was like a ton of hitters in that. So any chip that you drew was going to be like, holy cow.
Right.
Yeah. Your little small block racing them big blocks, you know?
Yeah. And it was, and you can run I believe you can run a 29 tire in that deal too. And so here I am with just some 28s, but that's here nor there, but we're having a good time. But that's how that played out. And I think Heckman ended up winning that race, if I remember right. Is that right there, Justin did? If I'm pretty sure on that.
Didn't Heckman, one of them won Friday and the other one won Saturday, right?
Yeah, Heckman won Friday night because 1320 put a video out, and I've watched it a few times. So, and then Saturday was the 11th, and we're still there, of course. And so ended up racing Jared Johnson and drew his chip. And I actually turned on the red bulb on that one, and he got me. And so that's when he went on to the second round and got his dry shaft. You remember?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then Craven and Daniels with the red new
Anders. Daniel Anders.
Yeah. They had that race at the end that was literally by inches, you know.
That's right. That was super close.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what that was. And then the 17th and 18th, we're at Mad there for the Titans of 10-5 and end up racing Outlaw on that one. I wasn't limited ready. And that's where I ended up racing the black SN95 twice. And you remember that? I won the first round with him, and then you could buy
Jim Lockwood.
Lockwood, yeah. And then I bought back in and raced him, or he bought back in and raced me. And,
you got him again.
And then he got me, and I got a cone on that one, if you remember right. So so all this cone stuff, man, we got to get done with that stuff. You know what I mean? And then, but that was a good event. And then, then we went back up to Flying H. They just had a regular heads up deal, and went a couple rounds there. Trying to remember this out. Raced the blue Firebird.
Craig Ondrick.
Yeah,
Craig Ondrick.
Yeah, that was a tight race. Ended up getting that and got put out in the semis. I'm trying to remember who beat me. No, it was Phillips. It was Adam. Adam got me.
Okay.
Yeah, Adam Phillips got me on that one. And then we decided at this point we were limited trim ready. So this is like the going into the fall, you know, we kind of set out June and July, you know, had the spring event, if you will, then the fall. And so we went to Titans and of Tulsa, Titans of 10-5 at Tulsa, and had a good race there. I think I raced Babyface. And
hang on. This Tulsa race was the first time you raced limited, right?
Right. That's what I said.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Yeah. And first time limited in the doors, and you know, and this was an eye opener for me because like I was racing the wrong situation. And you know, we talked about it before, Gary and I but I went there to like, I don't know, set the record or be the man or whatever, you know, and I should have raced the racetrack and raced the opponent, raced myself, and we ended up going out in semis on that deal. And then we were going to go back to the 14th to Flying H, but they had a timing issue or something happened. They ended up canceling that race. So we went back to Mad, and that was the heads up race. That was their 5,000 to win. That was the big, weekend. That was probably the most fans there of the year. I'm assuming that, and went out in the semis, lost to Devin on that one.
Yep.
Won a couple rounds, and then that's the one Foreman ended up taking the 5,000, if I remember right. And then then we went back just the next month, and they ended up putting the limited class on for there, and so that was a good time, and ended up qualifying well, and then raced Jason Flowers in the end and got the rod on that one. And then we went back the next weekend to Flying H, and that's when I had a commitment, so you and Keith rolled up a little earlier, and Randy Dow raced
Randy.
Brian, what was it, Schittner or something? And,
Schindler or Shitnerd, either.
But yeah, I turned on the old red bulb against, Mr. Webb there. And so a lot of red balls passing around that day too. After I passed mine on to Tim, he did it the next round, and then that's when,
he was like 0-0-2, wasn't he?
Exactly. That's when Babyface went to the finals, and then we went to Texas, for the makeup race, and entered LDR, and lucky enough to take that one. So that was a good way to end of the year, especially those last two wins. Some semis. It seems like either I go out first round or I get a check.
Yeah, and the Radial Roundup was supposed to be in the spring, was supposed to be the first race out, but weather
last.
They called it for weather, and they made the right call because it rained that whole weekend down there. So
so you can see on the right all the runs, different times and how many runs we made. And so this year the motor's got 39 runs on it right now, motor and transmission. So yeah, pretty good year. I'll take it. If before in April, if someone would have gave me this little sheet and said, "This is how you're going to do this year," I would be like, "Okay, that'd be okay." Like that.
Yeah. Got a little cash, got a few checks, got a little hardware.
Yeah.
Some of it's behind you there.
Yeah, heck yeah. I thought maybe everybody want to see it, but yeah, it was a good time. Oh, Nick.
39, it's still not broken in.
That's
but
like,
wait, there's more.
No prep guys, you know what I mean?
Wait till Rodney floors it.
Yeah. Cool. But yeah, that's the analytics there on the race. And then we got one more little thing to go over here. What we got?
Yep, this will be fun. This is consumables and stuff.
Yeah.
This is pretty fun stuff.
Yeah. I see Babyface right there.
Brian says, "Been a good year. You got to meet me." Yeah, you're right, Brian. Got to meet you.
That I should have put that on there. We should have had, got to meet Brian. We met Ross. Who else? That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just looking through it, so I think everybody knows every time we go out, I change all my fluids. So 56 quarts of oil went through, 48 quarts of training fluid, and 80 gallons of fuel. And then the spark plugs, just a little joke here. I had the original 8 spark plugs in it, and talking to Webb, he just put a new set in, and he was kind of, made me nervous talking and stuff. And so I was like, I'll go ahead and put a new set in. So 16.
But wait, that time frame is like clear to September.
It was. Heck yeah. Yeah, that's awesome.
Matt Ray says personal best with your extra 700-pound doors. That's right.
Yeah, absolutely. So on the tires in the rear, we started out with some PBRs, ran them most of the year, and then right before Ennis, we switched over to the 275 Pros so I could run LDR there. And then, of course, 2 sets of front, with the 15s at the beginning.
Why?
And then
why'd you got to buy tires?
About the polished wheels, Gary. About the polished wheels. Yeah.
So glad to see that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it does look pretty good.
That's Jared's fault, not mine.
Oh, okay, that's true. That's true.
If he would have done his burnout right in front of you, it would have happened. If he would have been the other side.
Yeah, if we would have been down getting a hamburger or something, we would have missed it.
That's right. That's right. Jared's fault.
Yeah. No, that's cool. And then, like I talked about it, it kind of put us in that limited stance, with those new wheels and doors and all that stuff. Man,
how many pairs of gloves asking for a friend? How'd we miss that, Rod?
I know that's got to be at least 200 for real. Because they're like 50 in a box, and I go through boxes.
Oh, Jim, that is awesome. You win the comments tonight.
Every time I wear those black gloves in there working, he's like, "What are you doing? Why are you wearing those gloves? Come on,
you doing, you pussy?
You little sissy." You don't need
Jim wins.
Yeah.
Oh,
of course, we got some trailer tires as well. So
yes.
Yeah.
Couple trailer tires.
Couple trailer tires went out on us. One in Kansas and one in Oklahoma, right? Or was that right? Or was that
Yeah, it was Kansas. We was able to dive in. I was going about 81, and we lost that tire, dove into the travel plaza.
Yeah.
Left out of there, I slowed it down to 75. Well, it was still 75 in Texas when we lost the last tire. So
yeah.
So trying to make it work.
We're getting good at them. We can change these tires in about 8 minutes, which is not a good thing to do. So I'll have to step my trailer game up this winter and figure something out. But,
we had the air compressor, the Bauer impact, all that. You had the hydraulic jack. It was all staged and ready, for quick disassembly and reassembly. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Because it's gonna happen. You got to have that stuff ready.
Gotta be ready.
That coming home in Texas, lost that tire. I seen it. Tire stuff right in front of the little SUV behind us. We're in a little construction deal, and I put the flashers on, and you're like, "You can't pull over here."
We got pull side of the road. Hit the next exit.
So there happened to be a little side jog that had some brand new concrete they was laying down, and it worked. It was really ideal for changing a tire. But
we figured it out.
Yeah, it worked out. You're not going to change it here, are we? We better keep on going.
Better keep on going here.
Keep going. We're going to be on the news.
That's right. So what else we got? We got some factory doors were put back on. Got that all situated. On this torque converter deal, I have a couple in these stators I have, and that's just me playing with that, getting data. Nothing broke or anything like that. And then the push rod won. So we'll have to we'll tell you a story about that a little later. But and then of course cones too. I got two cones this year. And
one in Kansas City, one in Mad.
Yeah, and front bumper repair from Ultracolor. That's one
from Cone.
Yeah, and then so food wise, Waffle House 4 times, Whataburger 3, Buc-ee's 2. And that should be IHOP 1. I don't know. Must have missed that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, with Whataburger, we should have took count of how many brownies Tanner ate.
Golly, the over under on that's got to be 15.
I was gonna guess he probably had a dozen brownies between the 3 trips.
Yeah, but then we started talking about just how much time we spent in the truck and how many miles we went. So 39 total hours, 2,378.4 miles, and that's just all off Google Maps and stuff there. But pretty good year, Gary. Yeah,
the miles. But when you sent this to me and I saw the hours, 39 hours in the truck.
Yeah,
that's you spent a work week inside the truck.
Yeah.
To and from.
Yeah.
So
man, hard to believe.
Yeah.
Well, and that old boy from California, we raced in the semis in Texas. He said it was 30 hours one way.
Holy cow.
Yeah,
Man, one way.
coming up too.
Did was it determined if he was the long haul award or
They
when?
said on Monday, Mike and Wu had a little face or what do they call that live feed, and that's what they said on that. And they actually gave him a little bit of gas money, you know.
Oh, cool.
Of his semi win.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that was kind of cool. Get long haul award for sure. But
man, that is a long haul.
Mm.
You want to race pretty bad to go California to Texas to race.
Yeah. Cool. But yeah, that was fun. You don't think about that stuff till you start putting pen to paper there and look at it. So
yeah, this was a really neat thing to do, and it had me thinking like next year if I get to go racing, it'll be neat stats to just keep track of that stuff throughout the year.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, good time.
Pretty cool. Pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Well, we went racing then, didn't we?
Yeah, let's check it out.
Check it out. This kicked off.
Woo, locked in.
The locked in hero card. Rodney Dow was locked into Limited Drag Radial. It paid $5,000 to win, $1,000 to runner up, $250 for semis, and the entry fee was $250. This is a TBM Motion Racework sponsored class, and you got in where you fit in. Yeah,
that was it. I couldn't go into X, and I could run no time, but that was all the 370 cars or whatever. I don't even know how fast they were going. It's no time, but yeah, and so we just go down here to have fun and get on the get in some good air, and kind of that's all it's about. We wanted to do it at the beginning of the year, but it was a nice end of the year rollout. So you just show up and race your race, and you keep turning on green lights, you get to go to the next round.
Yeah, and being able to just fit in LDR because that's where you fit, because you weren't X legal. You could have also decided to just stay home, but you can't win if you don't go race.
Well, that's a good point. Yeah, there's 0% chance of winning in the garage.
That's a fact.
Yeah, you make a good point there, and it's funny you mention that, Gary, because someone told me a long time ago when I was racing my hatchback, the hardest part of racing is getting in line. And I didn't get what he meant. I go, what? And he goes, no, you're in line. You've already beat all the odds. You and these other 10 people right here, you're in line racing. And these other guys didn't make it tonight. And so your odds of winning have went up. They will not win tonight. And I'm just like, no kidding. That's a good point. I never thought of it that way. But
right.
So, but yeah,
that's a good point.
The hardest part is getting in line.
Yep. So we took a little trip. We took off Thursday morning, nice and early, and we get down to Denton, and the mandatory diesel stop at Buc-ee's.
There you go. Yeah, that's where you picked up your own merchandise, right?
Well, I'm driving to your house Thursday morning, and I always think I'm forgetting something when I go out of town.
Yeah.
I get about halfway to your house. My wife calls. When I see that it's her, I thought, crap, what did I forget? She goes, you forgot your pajamas. I was like, man. Oh, not a huge deal. I'll get something somewhere.
Yeah.
So that somewhere turned out to be Buc-ee's. I got me some pajama pants at Buc-ee's.
Did you look at it?
Would you look at that? Dude, they're super cozy. Look. Come on.
He's got them on right now. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, that's great.
They are soft and cozy and legit.
Oh my goodness, Gary, you cracked me up.
And they're very colorful and they look cool.
Oh my goodness.
Here's a close-up.
Oh, there you go, man. Look at that. How many Buc-ee's you got on you?
I haven't counted the Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh my goodness, you cracked me
But
up.
this solved my lack of pajama problem.
There you go. You're ready to go, man. You are ready to go.
And then I texted my wife and I told her I got pajamas. And she's like, "You went shopping?" I'm like, "Nope, I didn't go shopping." And then ring. She calls. "Did you get something at Buc-ee's?" Sure did. They got everything.
Awesome. They really do. They really do.
They do.
Yeah, I have to admit, when we left, I had an order that I was picking stuff.
That's
up.
right.
So, some of the stuff we got the first time through, some of the stuff we got on the way back, and even to be fair, some of the cookies and brownies that we got might have melted. But Gary made a good point. He goes, "I don't know if that'll make it through the weekend. You might have get that on the way back because I might
pick that up on the way home." Especially as much time as we had on our hands on Saturday. We could have been eating snacks.
Yeah. Cool, man. Those look good, man. Looks like the comfy.
And it's they're 100%.
Hat and the shirt,
Yeah, I've had the hat. I got the hat last year when we went.
Yes, there you go.
Yep. They're 100% locked in as my cozy pants because I threw my old ones away.
Oh yeah. Well, you're going in the winter too. Makes it nice. Heck yeah.
There's that fly.
Uh-oh.
Yep. Cool. We got a picture of the beaver.
Oh yeah.
Outside the Buc-ee's.
Yeah. There's an old Tanner back there too.
Tanner. He found about 10 buckets of cookie dough. And I got to taste those because he left some in my cooler, and I finished them off.
Yeah.
They're good.
Oh,
Larry says, "Biceps, walk in for a soda and candy bar, $5. Leave with safari hat, t-shirt, and 70s disco jammy pants. Priceless."
Yeah. It autocorrected. It's Buc-ee's. Walk in for a soda. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the truth, though, man. Just go in, look around. Get you all set up. 70s disco jammy pants. Woo!
Disco jammy pants. Larry, they're cozy. I recommend them.
Heck yeah.
Yep. And our motel, you're at the right place in your motel when out your window you see the so this is the Denton Buc-ee's, way north Dallas suburb. This is the Ennis where we was at. So out my window, I can see this giant Buc-ee's beacon in the sky, and it was just south of us. We didn't go there, but
it's like it's like Batman calling you out.
You're definitely in the right place if you got a Buc-ee's beacon out your window. Tanner says that cookie dough. Tanner, that cookie dough was really good, and it's really, really gone.
Yeah. If you leave any food in the cooler after the race, it's fair game.
But going down there, Tanner, didn't he sit in the back of the truck and eat 2 or 3 of those, and he kind of started feeling like crap? He's like, I probably shouldn't have ate all of those. It'd be like eating half of a log of the cookie dough from the store, like them logs. Yeah. He ate like 3 or 4 of them containers. But they're delicious.
They are.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we got to the track on Thursday morning, Thursday afternoon.
Yeah.
Mid-afternoon.
Yeah.
Yep. You got into testing, right?
Yep. The little testing. We got all ready and entered, just through some testing. I had some things out and I just want to check out just mechanically, because the training was out and some other things. And so we wanted to get in on a test before the event Friday. And, of course, you make it that way down there, you might as well go peel out. So it, as you can see, it's kind of wet in some of the areas. It misted a little bit on and off. So we were sitting in the staging lanes while they dried, the track and drug it and that sort of thing. So we made a couple good hits, went some 111s, but nothing out the back. And so we were just kind of getting it ready, but the car performed well. And so that kind of just got us ready for Friday.
Yeah. This Thursday night, I tried to go live like 3 times.
Yeah.
And it just didn't work out. Just, it was, but, and I think Sean Wilhoit got down there and got a cone. And so in between the time it took to get that straightened out, it started to drizzle and like the white paint alongside the wall where I was at, the white painted surface was wet and slick from the moisture in the air. And I could feel it on my face, the drizzle hitting my face, and we could see it on your windshield too. Yeah. And so it really turned into kind of a long night trying to test, but they tried, they did what they could.
Sure.
And it eventually, how many laps did you get Thursday night?
5. Yeah, we ended up doing 5, and we had 2 or 3 decent 60 foots, and there was just, the track was cold and there wasn't any heat on it, and it wasn't going to do anything out, 2 or 3 hours where all the power was in. But like I said, I mean, you could have looked at it either way, but for me, I was just checking a couple things over and everything was working. And so that's all I was really caring about,
Yeah.
And,
and we finished that up and we stopped at Waffle House to eat. Waffle House.
Yeah. Gary got his waffle on.
Dude, I was tired in Waffle House. Man, I was tired. I don't remember what time that was. It was pretty late.
Yeah, it was after 2.
And while we was there, it started, because we knew the weather was going to be pretty crummy on Friday, and it started to kind of almost sprinkle, drizzle while we was there. Yeah.
That started, and then as soon as we woke up Friday, they were already talking about like, all right, like, let's call Friday off. Friday was supposed to be qualifying. Had 2 qualifying sessions on Friday, and then Saturday is the event. And by the time we woke up, I mean, it's raining. It ain't like, was that a little moisture there? No, it's raining. And so, through social media and stuff, we saw that, hey, don't even come to the track on Friday to race. So they had some social events, and they had some, playing the practice tree, and they had a VIP tent, and a lot of the people that were staying at the track in their motorhomes and that sort of thing, got in on that. And I heard it was a great time. We ended up taking some other adventures and ended up going to a couple restaurants, and then ended up going to Summit, walking around there just to kill time. Cause it was like an hour out, we killed 2 or 3 hours there and then an hour back. And oh my goodness, man, when we drove through the typhoon on the way back, remember that?
It sucked. Yes.
And someone posted a video, like current situation at Texas Motorplex, and that thing was just rolling.
It was ripping. Yeah,
it was. And I'm that, like, well, I hope all of our stuff's okay. If it's something
that was
like,
that's Friday. Back up for one thing on Thursday.
Okay.
You and Tanner took off with golf cart in the car, and I'm sitting on my golf cart and I'm goofing off, and I look over, your pit mat is out.
Okay.
And I look over, and it's like, oh, there's something over there. I walk over there and look, your readers, this isn't real important, but the next picture I got, you don't know I got.
I don't know you got this. What are you doing?
Okay. So your readers are smashed.
Yeah.
You drove over them, leaving the pits. I wish I would have took a picture of them, but I didn't.
Oh my goodness!
They ended up in the trailer on your bench in 3 pieces. They were mushed up.
Yeah.
So this is Thursday night at Waffle House, and we know Friday with the rain. Friday we got to stop at Walmart.
Right.
If we're going to go out to the track, eventually we got to take some ice out to the cooler and stuff.
Yeah.
And we got to get.
Didn't Tanner forget his shirts? Like, you forgot your pajamas. Didn't he forget all his t-shirts or something?
I forgot pajamas. Tanner forgot shirts. I thought there was something else.
I thought Troy forgot something. Socks?
I thought somebody forgot socks. Maybe that was Troy.
I don't know.
You had smashed glasses.
Yeah. So we had to run to Walmart.
So we went to Walmart.
Yeah, as you see, I don't have any glasses on, right now.
Well, right now you don't,
Yeah.
but in a little bit you do. Because when you're at Walmart and you need glasses,
Yeah.
you got to put the readers on to see your glasses.
I didn't know you took that picture.
I know you didn't know I took that picture. You put those on, I was like, holy shit, I got to get a picture of this.
Oh, I had to put them on so I could read what I was looking at.
Exactly. Yeah. Sometimes you got to put the readers on to find the readers that you need.
Oh, my goodness, Gary, you cracked me up. Oh, my goodness.
I whipped out my phone. I was hoping I'd get that real quick before you turn around, but
Oh, love it.
bunch of old blind dudes running around, right?
Yeah, trying to cut a light. Oh, my goodness. That is
Oh, yeah. You got some glasses though, right?
Yeah, I have glasses out of it. So
Did you find different ones, or was it the ones that are on your head?
these I got 2 or 3 pair at home, and I thought about bringing a second pair, but no, the ones we end up buying this day, they're around here somewhere, but they work for the weekend.
Yeah,
that's scary.
Yep.
Your Bucky's fit is cute.
I'm totally decked out in Bucky's.
I had to take a picture. Oh, let me take a
Like-
picture.
So I even got my Bucky's hat.
But it's
My-
so funny.
Kennedy's like, you got like all this Bucky stuff on.
I started laughing when I walked out here and saw his pants because in the live stream I just saw his shirt. I didn't see his pants, but he has Bucky's pants on.
Those are my pajamas.
Yeah, he's ready for bed.
She goes, I had to take a picture.
Mhm.
So our Friday rain out
Yep.
sent us an hour up the road to Summit.
Summit.
That's I've never been to a Summit outpost, and here we are.
Yeah, that was a good time, man. Walked through that, killed a good couple hours, and you had to buy something. Just the boards and the layout and having things that was pretty cool. Those displays and just walking around and seeing that, and had some car displays and shirts. And
I think Arlington is where this is at.
in Arlington, and hey, those polished wheels that I bought came from this Summit right here.
Hey, yep, they knew.
Yeah,
Send them to Wichita.
send them. Of
Send
course,
them.
we had to make a joke if we bought something, we could be the shipping and handling ourselves. And the funny part is, right across the street, literally in that parking lot is this huge UPS warehouse. So you're thinking, man, shipping and handling ain't going that far, And
Yeah, across the street.
yeah, literally just parking lot to parking lot. So it's a good place for it, But this was an awesome facility walking through here and just checking it all out, taking it all in. It's a little overwhelming when you first go in there, for real. You're just like, and so we just started down one wall, made our way through everywhere. So, but yeah, nothing. It was a good time. Definitely recommend it if you're a car person in the area to stop.
Yeah. I can hear Kennedy laughing inside the house. She's telling Tiffany about my outfit.
Yeah.
And you found something at Summit
yeah.
to buy.
Yeah, and I
Ollie
tried-
shirt.
Ollie shirt, you gotta get something, and I was trying to get Troy to buy one too, but I told him I'd come back one, and he said that he said he had enough shop rags, so I didn't know what that meant, but but yeah, there's my little Holly shirt, so got that.
Shop.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yep. And then on our way home,
Too, it's pouring on. You can see the rain on your windshield right there too in that picture.
Yeah. And it was on that return trip back to Ennis when it really rained. We was going 40 mile an hour.
Yeah.
On the highway, and man, rain was coming down.
Yeah.
And it was pretty ugly.
Yeah.
And then Friday night, we got us a steak.
Dude.
Regardless of what Troy says, this was good food.
It was good. We didn't have to get in the truck to. I mean, it was literally in the same parking lot as the hotel, so we just
Cotton Patch is what it was called. Cotton Patch Restaurant.
Yeah, yeah. Sporting the ultra color there.
Yep. And that was the end of goofing off.
Yeah,
on Friday.
That's it. So it's time to go racing.
Yeah, the next day came with a very full day of racing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember trying to get all the Friday qualifying and the Saturday in one day, basically.
Yeah, and still give 2 qualifiers to everybody. Yeah. Yep. And kicking off Saturday with excitement right away was Mr. Devin.
Oh yeah,
trying to fly his car through the air.
And just so everybody knows, there's not a ramp right there. It's not a Dukes of Hazzard. No. You know what I mean? It's not a ramp right there. But yeah, I was suited in 2 back. Like there was a car in front of me, and I still got to see like almost his headlights. I mean, that's how vertical he was. This still picture right here is not all the way vertical that he had it. And I can only imagine what that felt like. But luckily he saved it and kept it off the wall. Ended up coming the next round. He was up there racing, so probably had to check it out, check the steering out, tow, and all that. Change his underwear, of course. Get his Bucky's change it out, and
get some Bucky's underwear.
Got everybody's attention that day.
Yeah, well, like in testing on Thursday, I think he went a 20 something, maybe a 20 or a 20 something, but he made a good lap on Thursday testing.
Right.
So he had a fast car.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But they don't fly. They don't fly good.
No.
And this this screenshot came from the video that we have right here. We'll play this video. Ouch.
Ouch. Yeah. And like I said, he kept it off the wall you saw, and he got it under control and brought it back over and set his back a little bit later. And they had to do a little work to the racetrack there. You saw, I think, one of his wheelie skis or something, did the job, saved the oil pan or whatever. And
it took a bite out of the surface there. They had to work on that for a little bit.
Yeah. But yeah, so it definitely hooked up.
Devin says, finally got our fueling right, and we found out this way.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Dang it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, hats off to him. They took it back and made sure everything was good, and came back around, and he was racing in Q2. He went down. So.
Yep. That could have been really bad, but it turned out all right.
Yeah, definitely.
Like from where I was at, I was standing beside your car, I think. And you could see the car like bobble in the video. It for just a split second, it looked like it could roll over type of deal.
Well, that's what I was wondering too, if he was going to climb the wall, And because his stuff was high enough to go over, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think, talking to him, he 108, 60 foot on that pass might have been under the car.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he said he was thinking it may get over there and get on the wall also.
Right.
But
yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I didn't slow it down enough to know if he was. I know he's definitely was on 3 wheels were off the ground. I don't know if 4 were, but it was a good save for real. All that happened so fast, I'm sure, for him, in the car. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it's slow motion. Sometimes that happens too. But but yeah, that was a great save.
Yep, glad he's good, and the car, get a little repair, and it'll be tip top shape.
Yep.
And we got some pictures of your car, like in the staging lanes, and some random pics. This is in the daylight, sometime there on Saturday. All the rest of this stuff is Saturday to late Saturday night, Sunday morning.
Sure.
So late. Here you are into the tower.
Yeah, that's such a cool facility, you know. Such a nice place.
I think this picture was taken when Devin, after his deal when they was working on the track.
Yeah.
This was the car that was in front of you, and that was a really good looking car. That dude's name, his last name was McGee.
Mhm.
I forget his first name, but God, that car looked. This is like the two best looking Mustangs on the property, in my opinion.
Right on. Yeah.
It looks so good.
Yeah. I was looking at this in the Forever Grudge video. Super cool car. Big block nitrous deal. Set's good. And I saw he had a lights out sticker as well. So he must go down to Georgia and that sort of thing. But then you see me there and you see Red behind us, Martin.
Yep. This was probably when he kicked a rod. He kicked a rod in the water box.
Yeah.
In the qualifier. So
yeah.
He didn't have a great weekend.
Unfortunately, got the axles Thursday night and then.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Dang, he had a rough weekend.
Yeah.
Travis Gore watching. Hey, Travis Gore. Another picture of your car there under the tower.
Yeah, that's pretty cool how they had it set up there with that tubular stuff and the lights and flags, and that's kind of all new from last year. But
Travis says, "What's up, guys?"
Hey. Little recap.
Yep. There was let's see, this was Tickle Fit's guy. He was I don't know how many hours he went live, but it was a ton of hours.
Yeah.
And I caught this screenshot off of his live. There's Justin Martin there, and there's TJ, and this was still in that time of the track was they was working on the track from Devin's deal, and
right.
And
the guy lining us up must have said all the Fox bodies in the right lane and all the Novas in the left lane or something.
Oh, that's right. That's good. That's funny.
But
right, Nova's on the left.
Yeah, a lot of nice cars here. It's TJ back there, and did you tell me he's got Murder Nova's small block in there now or something? Was that you or is that going to be?
Yeah, Jamie, Tanner's dad, Jamie, told me that he had talked to TJ.
Yeah,
and has Murder Nova's small block stuff.
Yeah.
This is for you, Rodney. Alabaster Slamstrong says, "Congrats, Rodney."
Oh, thank you. Good year, good week of racing there.
Matt Ray sent another photo. This is a cool picture.
Yeah.
This is Texas Streets HP posted this photo. They was there taking pictures, getting backed up there.
Look at the champ up there lining me up. He's ready. Oh, Tanner.
Oh, Matt sent some pictures off of that live feed.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah. I think this is Q1 right here. And so just getting lined up. And of course you can see the sun's out, everything's dry.
Yep.
At this point the air's under 2,000. And so we just put a little tune up in it and go down.
Yeah, the weather Saturday was just amazing, man. So like what, 70, 71 degrees. The sun was shining. Man, weather Saturday was super.
Yeah, it was. At this point, you're t-shirts and shorts, you and Tanner both.
Yeah. Yep.
And
it's good. Tanner. Oh, good morning, Tanner. Tanner is just now watching.
Yeah, second shift's here.
Jeez.
So
you're late.
Time we got you on picture here, buddy. Yeah.
The Radial Roundup always has a Power Wheels contest.
Yep.
And after it was over, the event, Michael Hollis says, we paid out $6,000 to Power Wheels kids last weekend. Pretty sure everybody who signed up got a little piece of it. Oh, and they all got shirts as well, mainly thanks to three great people. They know who they are. 3,000 of that was in $1 bills too. The next generation, I hope these kids remember this forever. Hopefully we can see them in Cheap Street, X275, or No Time Small Tire when they grow up. That's right. When What is this? Is this because white cars are fast? Is this?
Oh, I don't know what's on there. Is the winner, the white car?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Jenner says, look at that guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Devin says, question, Rodney. So in Texas, can we call you Right Lane Rod? I was wondering if you noticed that.
Every time I ever went down the left lane one time, I was thinking about that too. Yep. And even when I was at Matt, I was actually mowing the grass today thinking about that when I raced Devin last. And Julie even said, why'd you go to the left lane? You were in the right lane the whole time. I just stayed in my lane, Devin, just that time. So I think it's official, Right Lane Rod. That's true.
Right Lane Rod. That's funny.
That's awesome.
I was wondering if anybody would notice, and they did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's another Power Wheels picture holding up them stacks of cash.
Look at that. That's awesome.
That's
next
funny.
generation right there.
So that must be the 3000 was in ones.
Mm-hmm.
So that must be the 3 stacks right there.
Must be.
That'd be my guess. That's funny.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. You took some random pictures in the pits.
Yeah, I'm just walking around and want to take some pictures before we went up.
Tim Webb, and there's Wayne and Jim. Tim was fighting some wheelie stuff with that powerhouse monster he's got.
Yeah, he ended up going in the 20s as well, if I was thinking right.
Yeah. Yep.
He almost didn't bring that car home that day. That was very close to going into another trailer.
Yeah. So he was wondering if it was going to get loaded somewhere else.
Yeah, that was very close.
Maybe they didn't have room.
I think so. They brought 3 or 4 cars with them.
I think they had 5.
Is that
Jim?
what it was?
Yeah, Jim can clarify that. I think there was 5 cars in that group.
Golly, but
yeah,
I wasn't a lack of needing to go find money either. I mean, that was
right.
Woo.
$1 million motorhome next door. Woo.
Yeah.
Doug Perry says, "How you doing, guys?" Doug, doing good. Little Texas recap.
Yeah. Cool.
Right on.
There's Taylor.
There's Taylor. He was pitted there with Chopper and Tim.
Mm-hmm.
There's Chopper. They were all pitted there next to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Heckman's car.
Yep. Justin.
Don saw Tim's cars for sale. Yep. He posted that. Yep.
Yeah, Tim and Phillips both.
Okay. This is Russell's car.
Uh-huh.
Is that Tanner?
It is.
Did you scrub him down real good in the shower that night? Being
Did he get
getting that close to a nitrous car? Did you scrub him down real good? Come on.
That's awesome.
I was like, what is he doing?
They're over there pitting on that new concrete. And so getting their car ready. Foreman, man, he made 3 or 4 nice hits Thursday night. Just went down, flames, candles lit.
Pipes were on fire.
Yeah, good passes.
Yep.
They pit over there next to the Browns. There's the Browns. They're ready to go.
Yep, they were pitted just right. I don't know what direction that would have been. I don't know if kind of north. I don't know. I won't say what direction because I don't know. But that parking used to be like gravel parking. It's all paved. It's really cool. Paved. Now nice. all paved over there. It's really nice.
Yeah, they were a walking distance from us. I mean, believe me, later on I walked over there looking for something. So
yeah. There's Justin Martin. He was there.
Yeah, got to talk to him for a little bit.
Yep.
Cool. He wants to come on the show.
Yep. We're going to snatch him up here when the scheduling works out. Sean Wilhoit.
Yeah.
So there was 2 extremely loud cars. This was one of them.
Yeah.
The other one was
Russell Stone. Yeah.
Holy moly, this thing was so loud.
Yeah.
Man.
They raced in that coach varsity, right?
Yep. Coach is no time.
Yeah. And there was exactly 30 cars in that going for 10,000.
Man, there's a lot of cars in that. Dang. A lot of awesome cars, man. Super high caliber cars.
Yeah.
Jeez. I don't remember.
I don't know who this is.
McClaskey or something like that. It's a Camaro.
Yeah, real nice first gen.
Yeah, I might have that name wrong, but I think that's the name that was on the door.
Yeah,
Another cool looking Camaro.
they were pitted together. I just took a
Okay.
picture, turned right around, and took this picture. They were pitted next to each other with each other.
Gotcha. There's the chopper. Chopper getting ready to take the water box.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Webb.
Car looks
See,
good.
another picture of that car at whatever angle, it's not bad.
Yeah.
There's never a bad picture of this car. Woo! Will Hoyt.
Mm-hmm.
Good looking Chevy too. Random picture from the lanes there. There's Pete Harrell from HED and Justin Martin's car. There's that Mustang.
Yeah, McGee.
And as it got late, there's Coach.
Yep.
Coach was out. Coach was on the mic.
Oh,
He's good on the mic. He's entertaining. He keeps you involved and just tries to pump you up and keep you entertained. It was pretty fun to listen to.
Oh yeah. And then they helped me out. Was his name Justin, the NHRA Pro Mod champ?
Jordan Lasik.
Jordan.
Yep. The NHRA Pro Mod champ was driving somebody's car. I forget whose car it was.
That 5th gen. They won it all.
Yeah, they did. They was part of that 5-car group that was over there with Tim and Chopper and them guys.
Mm-hmm.
And Josh. Yeah. There's some really awesome cars in that group. That 69 Camaro, I think a girl was driving, and the car Jordan was driving. Man, there's some nice stuff over there.
Mm-hmm.
Cody, I think this is I think it's Cody Jones. Might be his last name is Jones. But I'm pretty sure his first name's Cody. This was a no-time car, really fast.
Really cool car.
Yep. I like that look like that, the black and the yellow.
Yeah. Well, you got it on right now.
I know. I like it. I'm partial to that color combo.
Yeah. That's an all billet deal with twins. Cody.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And that rod there. So this gets us into probably first round of eliminations, right?
It looks like it. I see Devin over there. We get to race first round.
Devin, yep. So how did that go with Devin?
It went good for me. You know, he just watching the video back. He power wheelied a little bit and had to pedal it, and then I was just out just enough where I took the green light. You know, my car was just running consistent 40s. It did dip into the 30s later in the day, but yeah. And you got to remember too, they just got done, you know.
Yeah.
Everything went straight. They probably calmed it way down, you know, after that, just to make sure they can go A to B. But yeah, I just got lucky, you know.
Yeah, and even when it was daylight out, you could see. I happened to look on the lane over side of us, and the nose was off the car, and they was pushing the car with the push car, probably checking the steering if it goes straight, if it feels good, just making sure everything feels okay.
Yeah.
So
I do have to admit, I was pretty pumped up for him. I won a 009, and
dang.
So I figured, if I was going to lose, I was going to try to win at one point of the race.
Not get smashed on all the categories, right?
Right. But I mean, he's, of course you want to beat the champ. You got Missouri. It was funny too. We were talking about before we got suited up. He goes, "Man, we could have done this at Mid America, or
That's right.
We go all the way to Texas for this, and
really.
But yeah, I just love racing him. Great family, great guy, and even later, after they're out, they come over and help me later. We'll talk about in a little bit.
Yep. That's just in a little bit when that thing popped up. Here's another picture of you under the tower. I don't know at what point this is, but who did you race? See, you raced the maroon Camaro next.
Yeah.
And is that when you ate the part?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's when it went good. I mean, it 60 footed in 11 and went a 39 and 167. But when it was shutting down, I heard the motor ticking a little bit. So I just shut it off and came back.
What was your feelings then when you heard that and you shut it off?
Yeah.
What was your brain saying? What was your feelings?
I was just like, oh, we heard the motor. And then, and to be honest with you, Gary, I was just saying like, well, we had a good year. I mean, you
thought like, that's it.
It's over, and so I'm sitting there and since I shut it off coasting, once I made the turn and I got down the return road, I only went a few feet and I'm just sitting waiting on Tanner. And, I'm just reflecting. I'm out of the car and, you're down there by yourself and just like, well, we had a good year, and you're sitting there like, wonder what semis pays. And, you're just like,
yeah.
Hopefully,
well, 250, right?
Yeah. Hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully the motor's not hurt too bad. And so here, I can see my golf cart coming and it's a long way.
So because it made noise and you thought like you lost a rod or the engine expired. Yeah. Something didn't sound right.
That's exactly right. It's never done that, I'm just like, because, you got a routine when you're shutting down and everything and you're going through and I hear this like noise and I quickly hit the ignition to shut it off. And Tanner pulls way up and because usually you turn around, you kind of drive it back a little bit and shut it off and coast, and I didn't have no momentum. So I wasn't going to refire it. And so he's like, man, what are you doing way down here? And I was like, oh, we're done. And so I go, the motor's hurt. And he's like, oh, no kidding. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, well, just spin it over. And I'm like, all right. So, no ignition, just hit the starter. And he's like, well, they don't have a rod broke or anything. And I was like, no. He goes, start it up. So I turned the ignition on, fired up. And of course, it's making noise. And I shut it off. And he's like, it sounds like something on top. Let's take it back. I'm like, all right. So I got a little energy. I'm like, well, I do have spare parts in my trailer. If it broke a rocker arm or something, I don't know. I was kind of getting a little excited. I'm like, yeah, maybe it is something. And so we take it back, and we get in there, and I'm pulling the valve cover, and I just happen to pull the driver's side, just for whatever reason. I'm pulling the driver's side. We're sitting there, and everybody's doing their thing, downloading, getting the training cooler set up, getting the blower set up, putting fuel in. And I'm just sitting here and, you're sitting there like, oh, what do we do? And well, I look up and it's Jason Brown. And as soon as you get the cover off, you can see the push rods ate up. It's just like, oh, damn. And so like, well, that's the problem, and Jason Brown just gave me all the energy. He just like, this is no problem. We can fix this. And so I'm just like, oh, okay, and he goes, let me go look in my trailer right now. I think I got push rods, like right now, get that push rod out. And so we're like, okay. And so like, he goes back and he's doing his thing. And so we get the push rod out of the motor and the cup looks fine on the rocker and, and the other end, it looks fine. So we're just like, I mean, we're thinking of options like, Jason might have a push rod. Let me look and see if I have a push rod. As soon as Chopper gets back, we're going to take a grinder and a drill bit and drill this thing out.
We're going to clean it up.
We have to. I mean, we're going into the finals at this point, so we're going to let it eat, and so we're sitting there and it's a little bit later. I mean, like 15, 20 minutes later, and so I walk over to the Browns' pit, and he's up in the stacker, and you can hear him going through boxes and stuff, and he's like, I'm still looking, but I think I know where they're at, because I guess he had some push rods for the LS or something. Was the only thing I was thinking about as far as the deck height being close and all that for the Ford. And so I'm just sitting
there. Keep talking about this. I'll be back. Keep talking.
Okay. And so we when I get back to my pit, we're still sitting there. And at this point, Jamie Blueball is like just taking a file and taking some, pliers and stuff and just chipping away at this push rod, trying to clean it up. And he does a good job of it. We get it all smoothed up. And by this time too, Chopper's pit, George comes over And I just happened to go. I have this box of parts. I have 2 boxes. I have a box that has like all this ignition stuff in it, a spare drive belt, just all this extra, things you might need, a cam sync, just whatever. And then I got this other box that has rockers and, trunnions and just things that you think you might need. Well, it just so happens I grabbed a bag of push rods. I'm like, holy cow, I got one. And so we look at it, measure it out. It's like, hey, this will work. And so we put the new push rod in, adjust it, run the valves, adjust it through, put the valve cover back on, and put it all back together. And we got plenty of time. And so now we're just, we fire the motor back up, it's running clean, crisp, no issues. Like, okay, we got a shot at this. And, your adrenaline drops a little bit, and you're like, oh man, I actually can go out here and race. My season's not over. And, but as 20 minutes ago, you thought it was. So yeah, just note to everybody, you go to the races, bring some extra parts with you, rockers, push rods, tires. I know the foreman's got a tire at the last race and they switched those out, had an extra set ready. But yeah, so we get this all back together with the spare push rod, adjust the lash, and put everything back together. Now, the battery's charging and the transmission cooler is doing its thing. And so now we're just basically ready to get called back to the lanes at this point. So we're thinking, okay, we're going to race. And you got to remember too, on the other side of the ladder was TJ, and that car has been 14s, that thing's awesome, just like the Browns. And just thinking, well, let's just go up here and see what happens. And so that's, we were just kind of waiting around, waiting for, for them to call us up. So
I'm back.
Yep. Next picture.
Yep. Then the finals.
Yeah.
And I have no idea what time this was, but it was late.
It was in between 3:30 and 4 a.m. And
that'd be a good guess.
It, like I said, TJ made it through on the other side, and I went a 39 on that one, and he just had to pedal it. So I don't know, he went a 50 or something. So I have lane choice, and so like Devin was saying earlier, I just stayed in the right lane, right lane rod, and so I just
TJ qualified number 1.
Yeah,
he went a 30 something.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
He went a 30 in the 170 some odd pedaling it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I was saying before, when you're out back, this is a 14 car, at 180.
Yeah,
just like the Browns are, and so
yeah, it's a fast piece.
Yeah.
What did he? You looked at his sticker on his weight. What did he have to weigh?
Well, I thought it said 2450, and which kind of boggled me a little bit because I had to weigh a little bit more than that, and we're both small.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah. And his is all billet stuff, I think.
Yeah. And
pretty weird.
I was going to tell you this too. We go back next year, and don't get me wrong here. We're just going to have fun, and we just got lucky, and you just run your own race, and that's all you try to do. And but I'm going to put those other doors back on because I was way too heavy.
Yeah.
But
yep.
But
so this this is behind the tower at the front of the staging lanes.
Mm-hmm.
Getting ready for your race. Here you guys are under the tower. It's time to, it's time to do your thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's a comment.
Oh, that's Shane.
That's Shane. Yeah. What's Birch up to? Brett Birch.
Yeah. But yeah, we're under the tower here, and they're getting ready to call us up for the finals, and so we go up there, and this is the first time this ever happened to me, and so we go up there, do our burnout, we both back up at the same time.
Hang on 1 second. When I'm at the starting line, when I heard you fire your car up, I took a screenshot of the time on my phone.
Okay. Oh,
this is when This is when you fired it up at 4:30 a.m. Sunday morning. This is Sunday, November 10th at 4:30 in the morning is when you lit it off to race TJ in that final.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I said, we fire them up and do our burnout and coming back and we do have this little routine with me and Tanner, and I'm sure he has his routine as well. And we both took the first ball about, within a couple seconds of each other. We're both in the first bulb. And then so I hear him flat foot it. So I flat foot it and we spool up and, we're bumping and he flickers his and bumps in, then I bump in and we're sitting there and, you're just kind of anticipating like when, like it should have dropped by now, and what's going on. And then I see out of my left eye, this thing come running up. And then as soon as I see I see something, I didn't know what it was at this point, but as soon as I saw that, the light turned yellow. So I let go of the button and we take off. Well, after you're like processing, taking off and getting past the 60 foot, I'm just like, that was the starter dude waving us off. That's what it was. It was like this guy going like this. And so, I take it out like 200 feet and like lift, like they're getting ready to rerun this. I bet you anything, because the tree was late and that's probably what he was thinking. Now, I don't know how the starter works or the tree works or anything like that. If, once you get all the bulbs in, then it drops down in so many seconds, or if he lets go of a button and it drops down in so many seconds. But I just knew like, crap, we're going to have to rerun this, And so I pull off and, of course, the motor's running fine now. We got the new push rod in and everything's fine. And then so I come back down and, I'm basically at the scale and ready to weigh again, which is like, well, I don't need to weigh. It's pointless because I know they're going to rerun us. And Jason Brown comes up and he's like, hey, they're telling you that you're going to have to go fuel it up, cool it off, and come back up because they're going to rerun you guys. I'm like, okay, this is not a surprise for me. I was not like all upset, throwing my boots or something, I was like, okay, whatever, that's fine. And so we went back and we did that. We cooled it off. Of course, everybody's freaking tired. It's like
beyond tired.
5 a.m. Of course, at the same time, they made the decision that morning to run this all the way through. So for me, I'm mentally okay with it because I didn't want them to stop at 1 a.m. and okay, we'll pick back up at 10 o'clock on Sunday morning. The whole reason it went that late is because of the Friday rain out. So that's what, the hats off to Mike and Barrett because they, made, this is what we're going to do. The communication was great. And of course you were out there too, that they had an incident where someone got took to the hospital, and that's what stopped the race for 2 hours.
Yeah, that was about a 2-hour delay.
Yeah, and so that was one of the reasons why it was later as well. But so we so now we're just like sitting there waiting for it to cool off again. We fueled it, and and I didn't run it that hard, so it wasn't like we're all super hot. But so we get back and we have this little routine we do. And so we're just basically waiting for the temperature to come down on the training and waiting for the battery to cycle over. And so they start calling my name. Rodney, now you need to come back up to, line back up. And so I'm just like, all right, we waited a little bit longer, you're just like, until we were ready. And so,
and TJ, they just pushed TJ back.
Yeah.
Not like where he's at in this picture. It was off to the side because they was running other stuff. So he was off to the side. He got out of his car and somebody brought him like a folding chair, and he was just chilling in this chair, just waiting and watching and just chilling.
Oh yeah, all the other classes were still rolling. I mean, they had 30 cars in Outlaw. They had, either 40 or 50 cars in that extreme. So there was plenty of pairs going, you know what I mean? And so, but yeah, so we just kind of waited. They called my name a few times, and I just waited till my stuff got cooled off, and then we finally made our way back up there. And I went back to the lanes because to Gary's point, he's on this side of the tower, and so it ain't like I could sneak in. There's pairs in there. I'm just going back, saying, hey, I'm back up here. When do you want to run us through? And then so they'd let like 3 or 4 more pairs go, and then and so I went and told TJ, hey, I'm back there. I'm just trying to wait till I get through. And he's like, okay, when I see you, come through, I'll be sitting in my car and we'll roll through together. And so and that's basically what happened. And so we get through that, and same deal, take the burnout again, about the same.
Hang on.
Same.
This, once again, when you hit the starter to fire up to race again, I took another screenshot. It was 5:12 a.m. 4:30 the first time, 5:12 the second time.
Yeah.
And this has got weather info also. 55 degrees at 4:30. Okay, it was 55 degrees at 4:30, and it was maintaining 55 degrees. I think that actually warmed up a little bit from earlier because it was pretty cold earlier.
Yeah.
But it's 55 degrees at 5:12 when you fired up to race him the second time.
Yeah. Yeah. And so and the DA was coming down too. I mean, we're under 1,000. We're under 700. We're 500 at this point. And it's adding fuel, with the Holly. I think end up adding 5 to 6 minutes or 6% going in. But
Troy was watching this pretty heavy. First try at the finals, which was at 4:30. If he remembers, the DA was 375.
Yeah, there you go. And I mean, and like Shane's saying, 40 minutes is a pretty good turnaround, to get back up there and get in line. And so
and your tranny wasn't 100% cooled off at that point, but it wasn't hot out either, so that helped.
I mean, 55 degrees, and even like rolling up there with the push cart, it's cooling off a little bit, just having the air roll through it,
Yeah.
But we felt we were ready, and TJ's such a good dude. That's the first time I met him, and we just sat there and checked it up a little bit, and he goes, man, your car gets down pretty good. And I was like, oh yeah, it's a little small Ford, 275 tire, and that sort of thing. And he's like, yeah, it gets down pretty well. And just like, oh, okay, cool, and so we ended up racing, and so but like I said, we fired him back up and back him up and getting the beams real clean, both turbo cars, getting the beams. And he actually treated me. He went at 19 to my 30. And but lucky for me, he just hit the tires, and I drove away from him a little bit. Well, then here he comes. And I'm just and to be honest with you, Gary, I hit the tires. You see my TPS, it does a dip, and so where I pedal it. And so now, I'm in high gear, flat-footed, trying to, push it through the floorboard, if you will, like they always say. And and I could hear him coming on, and because he's got 10 or 15 mile an hour on me, and so went through, and I never, they say, oh, I never saw him. Well, my wind light came on, and then come to find out after talking to you guys, he hit the cone trying to chase me down. And he kind of came over and he got the cone there. I don't know if it was the ET or the mile an hour cone. And so, but yeah, I'll definitely all over the scramble button. And so, but yeah, that's how it won out. And so, and you went through, when I went through, I'm just like, holy cow, we just won. Like, I can't, I mean, I was almost in shock. Tires, I'll get out. It's 5
again. Again.
Yeah. And so, and you're just like, well, what do we do now? Because I remember Hall is saying, if whoever wins, come back through this way, to get your picture taken. And, it's, 5:30, whatever at this point. And you're sitting there taking it all in. It's like, man, we just won the Texas Motorplex, and just cannot believe it. And so, and we, like Gary said, we don't go down there expecting to win. We want to have a good time, get out of town, get on a good track in some great air and try to run a personal best. I was even listening to the podcast last from when we had Babyface on here 2 weeks back. And we were just talking about, I just want to go down to Texas, get on a good track and some good air, maybe run a personal best. Hell, if I get lucky, I can bring some money home. I mean, that's exactly what the quote was. And we made all of that. Like I did
Yeah.
by 0.03, I went the faster than I have. So just for everybody's like official thing here, I went the fastest with the polished wheels now.
There you go.
Dirty wheels are done, you know. And so
Yeah.
I hope Jim's still watching, because that was for him and Troy. And but yeah, so in the final, I went a 51, Shane. Like I said, had to pedal it just a bit. Went a 51 at 165. In the semifinals, I went a 39 at 167. That was my best mile an hour as well. But over to Matt Ray, I didn't get in the 09s. I probably have 4 or 5 111 time slips, and never got to a 110. And the funny part is, even when I went a 439, I think I went a high 12 or a low 113. And when
I think it was a 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And went a 39. So it just tells you how great the air was doing. But yeah, and
Yeah.
think about too, the track's starting to go away. We're at 4:30 in the morning or whatever, you know. And but yeah, so
the in-car video you sent, was that from the final?
no, that was from the 39 pass.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to watch it?
Sure.
You got it right here. Just comment here. Next year, Matt says. Okay, here's the in-car from the 39 pass.
Cool.
Hear you inside the car. Woo!
Woo! Yeah. Yeah, you that was a good pass. That was racing the guy from California in the first gen, and he had a big block with the Pro Charger. And
Yeah.
great looking car, drove 30 hours, and talked to him a little bit before and after. Great guy. And but yeah, it was a good race there. You can see it power wheelie just a little bit there at the top of high gear. And but we got through that, and but yeah, that's when the as soon as I started shutting it down there, that's when I shut the motor off because of that push rod. But we got that changed out for the final. So yeah,
Yeah.
it was a good hit, nice hit. So, but yeah, I love that little car deal. $30 for that little mount for my iPhone. Does a good deal there. I like to get one underneath the car too, maybe in the rear end next year.
It needs to be a little bit lower. I think it seems like you need to lower it down just a little bit.
If you lower it any, then you're into the floorboard. I tried that because if you look at it, you're already seeing the dash down. So basically, you're just looking at the tunnel. If the parachute mount was out of the way, it'd be a little clearer. But I played with that a little bit.
Yeah, it seems a little high for a good, really awesome view.
Sure. Well, that's just the windshield. That's all you're going to see. So.
Yeah. GoPro, Matt. You need to put the GoPro in there.
Yeah. Cool.
So winning that turned into a really awesome photo.
Oh yeah.
With some bunch of cool stuff.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I didn't even know like all this stuff was coming. You know, they said like when you come back down the return road, come down the short chute. And so there's other people getting their pictures taken, you know, and they're just, you know, I knew that it was $5,000, which is the most I ever won. And then, you know, I went back there and they had me fill out the little IRS thing. And I thought I was just getting a check. And she goes like, here you go. And it's all hunters. I'm like, holy cow. And so they lined the car up. They had a photographer bring this over and line us up. And Barrett just kept bringing stuff over. Like he brought the check, he brought the nitrous bottle, he brought that box. That box is so cool too. Inside it's a whole liquor deal set up, you know, with coasters and the bottle and glasses, and it's all etched Limited Drag Radial, Texas Radial Roundup. I mean, it's just super cool. And then you got that nitrous bottle there that has their whole marketing display, Texas Radial Roundup, and all that on there. And then there's a champagne bottle there that we could have popped. I've seen other people popped it.
Did they?
Right.
See that?
Yeah. And then next to that is the full liquor from Texas. It said that's the brand of it, and what a lot of people might not see either is with the front wheel, there's a Texas cutout, and it says Limited Drag Radial, and it's cut out of Texas, and that'll be super cool, like on a white wall or whatever. It'll be really cool. But yeah, I plan on putting all this stuff up somewhere, and so yeah, but still at this point, like when we're taking the picture, I can't believe that we won. You know what I mean? It didn't really hit me until Monday night, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it was pretty hard to believe.
Yeah, but there's me and you in there, and Tanner, of course, and then that's Tanner's dad, Jamie. Him and his wife, Tanner's mom, Michelle, came down, and hats off to Troy and Sandy Lee as well. Dave's that came down and hung out with us the whole time, and then there's you pointing at the money, and then next is Mike Hollis and Barrett, and we're just having a blast. I mean, everybody's super tired at this point, but it was a good time. It was a good time, but yeah, I took this picture. This is when it really hit me. This is like Monday night. I'm sitting in my house. It's like, holy cow, like I won this deal for real, And I thought it was so funny. I posted that picture on Facebook, and I think it was Tyler Lloyd or someone goes, "Hey Rod, your check's expired."
Yeah,
man, I was on the floor.
I didn't catch that till he said that, and he's right. Yeah. It says April 20th.
Yeah, and but yeah, that's I thought that was great. If you can get a better picture here, the nitrous bottle and all this stuff here on the left is all the fill out the form and the wristband, and my time slips are down there, and there's that little cutout I was telling you about. That's actually pretty cool to hang out.
Yeah, it is.
And there's the rest of the bottles and that that wood crate. I mean, these little trophies, or what you want to call them, that's what makes it, man. It's like, man, look at all this stuff, man. This is awesome. They just kept pulling stuff out of this little area. It's like, man, this is all for me. Golly, this is awesome. So it'll just remember that night, So it was pretty cool.
I think that nitrous bottle was from Nitrous Outlet, and like you said, it had a special label created for Limited Drag Radial for the winter. All the classes got the special label for their class. It was really cool.
Yeah, they really put a lot of thought into this. You know what I mean? And thinking through it, and even the Power Wheel deal, and just all these winnings and other things that they did along the way. You know what I mean? And the VIP. Because, Webb and Jim and all them, they paid the extra $100, ate like 7 times, breakfast, lunch, dinners, any drinks. Like, I mean, hats off to them. They really put a lot of thought in it. They had the practice tree little race that they had. And, but yeah.
Yeah, we might have to look into that VIP deal next year.
Yeah.
Tim and them was telling us about the food and everything that was in there to eat and stuff, and man, that sounded delicious.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely. But so it was a good weekend. It really was, and it's just nice now going in the winter, it's funny too, because I got a couple buddies that man, your car's running good, you don't touch it this winter, just leave it alone.
Oh boy, what are you doing, huh?
You don't need to get the because we got a new motor going together. Force Induction has a sale. I'm talking to Garage Built to get a turbo Joseph, and it's just like it is. It's dialed in for sure. So
Shane says most people think it's the money that means the most, but it's barely a drop in the bucket. It's the beating the best of the best.
There you go.
And you were with some sharks in that class.
Yeah, definitely. And, we talked about before too, just racing these, outlaw cars, if you will. And racing up, as I call it, just because I got, a little motor. But I'm so excited for this limited class and, to kind of go have some fun there. Great group of guys. It's going to be a lot of cars in that class. So I'm looking forward to it for 2025 for sure.
Yeah. Jim talking about the VIP tent, well worth it. The food was great, he says.
Yeah, I bet. I kind of was on the fence there, and it's like,
yeah,
it's, we spent that going to restaurants and stuff,
yeah. I got one more picture.
Okay.
And it's a picture of your pretty consistent time steps, just chopping it up.
Yeah.
42, 41, 40, 39. Man.
The final was that 51 when I pedaled it, but yeah, no, that's cool. It's got all the date or the time stamps and yeah, you see that 009, that's when I raced
Yeah, and that 439 came with a 113.
Yeah, see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, the first two were 111s. That was more earlier in the day,
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that was cool. Yeah, it's funny that 292. My best is 289. I want to say 287 in the 330. And so it was back halfing, on that deal to run a 39 with a 5 because they went a 39 with the 8.
Man.
Yeah. So that's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, congrats to you on the win, and you had a really awesome year. It was fun to see it, be there, be a part of it, and all the cool stuff you did. It was a lot. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, we said it before, and we talked about this off to the side. I said the same thing to Tanner. You and Tanner, I couldn't do it without you. Just a little thing we got going, a little team going out and doing this up, and we're just doing it to have fun. One thing you pointed out mid-season, Gary, that kind of like I thought about for a minute is you said if you're not going out and having fun, you're doing it with the wrong people or you're doing it wrong or something like that. You said,
yes,
kind of hit me like, yeah, no kidding, and not to take it too serious. I mean, you want to do well, don't get me wrong, but it ain't like you're, throwing wrenches or something if you get put out early. I mean, there's 2 of the races I went out first round because I red lit, I mean, it's just part of it. It ain't like we packed it up and left. We hung out, passed out candy at the trick or treat thing, and just kind of took it in and still had a good time. You know what I mean?
Yep. Devin here. Devin says, I definitely take some pride in pushing you all to be willing to get up on the tree.
Oh yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah. These are sharks out here, man. Just happy to be a part of it, and one of these days we'll quit. Hopefully it's a long time. And you just look back on these events and, and the camaraderie and just like, and what I just staying with Devin for a second, Gary, I want you to tell me your story because on that win, I'm shutting it down and you told me about the starting line. What happened?
Yeah. So it was 5-something a.m. That whole lower area of the track, like under the tower, was pretty quiet. There wasn't very many people down there, but on the starting line was me and Tanner, and also was Devin and Jason Brown. They could have been in their motorhome sleeping or whatever they would do, work on the car or something. No, they was down there on the starting line twice watching you win. So when you won that second time and it was done, you won. I give both of them a hug, separately and said, man, I give them a hug and said, thanks for your support. They were there to watch you race, watch you win or lose, but they was there on your side to support. And that was really awesome for them to be there.
Oh yeah.
Supporting you in that way. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and just, we just met them guys this year, and saw them at the races and cutting it up. And Devin was on the show earlier in the year and, now, he's getting ready to be a dad and it's just, and then we raced and then he's helping me getting to the final by looking for parts, and to be hanging out 2 hours later on the starting line. When you told me that, I was just like, and there's something to that too. People walk up like, which side am I going to get on to represent who I want to win, and when you told me that, I thought, man, that's top notch. So that whole Missouri community, man, that's just something else. It's just how they help each other and they got each other's back. And every story, we saw them in Tulsa and we were cutting it up with them then, just looking forward to that. This is what it's about, building these relationships and having fun and not taking it too serious.
Yep. That's a lot of it. Have fun doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So that wraps up your year, Rod.
Right on.
Matt Race has had a great time watching everyone this year. You can see the team effort in your pits. Good.
Oh man. Yeah. Appreciate it. Appreciate you coming too. You came to Tulsa as well. Yeah. And hung out and that sort of thing. Yeah. Appreciate you, Matt, chiming in. And I know you and Tanner are good buds and good stuff.
Yep. Devin says there ain't nothing like race family.
Yeah.
Jim Robinson. Jim says, great hanging out and pitting with you all year. One of my most memorable years. Good, Jim.
Yeah.
You guys are having fun, man.
Good to meet everyone and Deb and
Sherry. Got to meet Jim's wife, Debbie.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Good people.
Yep. Shane Gilstrap says the best part of a race weekend is the after hours and cutting it up with everyone. That's
right.
A good point. That is. That's
exactly right. But yeah, definitely. And appreciate everyone's support and, just to reflect. I mean, it was a good year. I have a goal every year is to win an event, just to win an event. That's like a goal for myself and also to try to run faster, throughout the season, sometime run the fastest time slip I can and try to beat my own little personal best. And so that's what keeps me going. And so, it was a great year and what a way to end it. But like I said before, with our camaraderie and everything with you and Tanner, the rest of the group, that's what, keeps me coming back and keeps me driven out here, working on this thing, spending the money, getting the little schedule ready and it went by fast, I think, in my opinion. It
did.
Fast. And here in, like you said, less than 4 weeks, we're going to be at PRI. And that's basically where it started for me. We got that schedule. We got this flyer.
There you know. That's it.
From Al, and it just set the year. And so I'm looking forward to this year as well, 2025. And so it's going to be a good time. Get your stuff ready. Troy's getting his stuff ready. All the other cars that are coming out, Mevcast, the Mox, it's going to be a good time.
Yeah, I've kind of already been in my head a little bit. I've already got a goal for 2025 to win a race. I don't even have an engine yet. So it's like, you silly rabbit. Come on. Yeah. But you got to think about that stuff.
You do.
That's part of it.
Yeah.
And then you got to take them steps to get there. So
yeah. And it's every day. What are you going to do today to get that done? So,
yeah.
And so, yeah.
Yep. Right. Well, on behalf of all of your fans and everybody that likes watching you do what you do, Shane, been a minute. Yep. It's been a minute. It's been too many minutes. We've enjoyed watching you race and talk about it here, because them events that happen, we talk about it here. And that's fun to talk about, the good and the bad, the red lights and everything else that goes with it.
Yeah.
So it's been fun to talk about it. Like you said, it's hard to believe the year is over already, but next year starts now. So
yeah, it really does. And, for both of us, we started, in the summertime. What was that? June, right?
Yeah. For me, when I pulled the plug on my big block and started this transition, was it probably June? Yeah.
About that same time when we went to Missouri.
Yeah.
And then, went up to Salina and to get ready for 2025. So, yeah. It'll be here before we know it, too. I mean, like you just said, 4 weeks or less, we'll be at PRI looking at that. That schedule should be out. Matt's schedule should be out. Flying H schedule should be out. Ozark should be out. And you just, all right, where are we going? When, where? And start getting it ready. He'll be here before we know it.
Engine parts will start showing up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Soon, hopefully. Yeah.
But,
Yep. Well, I got one more video to show to close out your year. And you say this often, and it holds a lot of truth, and it's very important. Regardless of how you finish the race, you're always very happy if you can stick it in the trailer with oil pressure.
yeah, that's my saying.
And beyond that, stuff it back in the garage and with oil pressure under its own power.
Yeah.
And let's just comment here.
Troy.
Choices. This point, my goal for 2025 is actually running an engine that makes it all year. Dang.
Yeah.
So this last video is dedicated to your car and the hard work that it put in all year. And in the stable that goes for the winter, this is a tribute to your car.
All right. Man,
There she is, put away.
that is what a feeling. I mean, you're right though. That's my little thing. I even say it at work. As long as I can load it up with oil pressure, it's a good weekend. And
Go try again.
Yeah, and put it up for the winter, man. And yeah, that's awesome.
Yep. On to different things now a little bit for next year, but
yeah. Well, it's funny too because I was in the break room today, and this, one of my team members, he's about our age, and back in the day he had a 5.0 or whatever with some headers, and not too serious, but he's like, he goes, are you sad that the racing's over for you this year? And I go, actually, I'm not. I said, I like this phase that we're going into just as much as I like racing. Like I like tinkering with the car and getting new things and, trying this and trying that and, going to little events and doing these shows. But like this phase of it, I like this just as much as the other, you know what I mean?
yep.
So that's just my little thing. I just like that part of it as well. And, I'll pull the training and freshen it up, and I'll, get some new parts coming and order this, that, and the other. And, take the motor out and look at it and assembling the new motor and just do all that stuff. I get off on that stuff too. I know tomorrow I'll probably order headers.
Right.
And so, but yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, next year will be fun.
Yeah, definitely. Well, and I think everybody knows my story, but I raced, long time, and in the 2000 racing with Shane here with the MSRA with the yellow car, and then I raced my white hatch, and I stopped in 07, stopped racing, and then I started back racing in 2016 with this coupe. Well, like at that point, like I already had won. Like I got back into racing. I was the guy in 2007 that was mad because I lost in the final throwing things, and like it, I was racing for the wrong reason, and so I had to step back and when I got back into it, it's just a different type of deal. So just being in the game is winning.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And it's super winning if you enjoy doing it and enjoy who you're doing it with and having fun. That's a big piece of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
All right.
I think that's all we got. You want to give a tease? We think we have somebody lined out for next week.
Yeah, I think we can. Think we can go ahead and say it?
I think we can. It seems like it'll work out.
Yeah,
we'll know pretty soon.
Yeah, but yeah, so we've been working with West Show, and we trying to, we were bringing them on last week. Of course, what happened with getting back late, and we were talking about bringing him on, several weeks before and deer, all that stuff. Just things wouldn't line up. And so I think we got it narrowed down for next week. He's got one more thing to check. He's going to let us know tomorrow, but we've been talking with him. But we want to bring Wes in and show me speed and talk about his career. And of course, he is the 26 tire champ, and seeing what he's got going next year. Sounds like he's coming the limited way, but I don't know that 100%. But but yeah, we'll bring him on and give him his own show. He came on a few shows back because he was the champ of his class when we had Rich Frost and Chris on. We had the show on, and we also had Phillips. Thank you. Phillips on, and Adam and Tony, and so. But so we want to dedicate his own show though for him, and so that's what we're doing. So if it all lines up, you'll see the little invite on Wednesday from Gary, and we'll bring him on, and it'll be a good time.
Yep. We'll know pretty soon if that works out.
Yeah.
Let's give a shout out to our partners, Mid-America Dragway, Ultra Color Collision Repair, Sandlin Iron and Metal Auto Salvage, and Harry Street Carpet. Thank you for being awesome partners in 2024.
Awesome.
And head over to YouTube and get on our Heads Up Racing Gary and Hot Rod Podcast YouTube channel. I think we're at about 260 subscribers right now. That's a good, fun, cool place to watch this from. And you can find us there. Subscribe.
All right.
Yep. You ready to call it?
I'm ready to call it. Good job, Gary. Thanks for everybody tuning in. Have a little, recap. It's a good time. Call it a year.
Yep. Rod, once again, congrats on an awesome year. It was fun hanging out and doing it with you. And Dave Music says, great show and congratulations on your win.
Appreciate it. Thanks for all this fine.
Shane Gilstrap, night you all. Shane, it's good to hear from you. You need to come. We're going to say this every time we see you chiming in here. You need to come hang out at the track with us when we're racing. You will love it.
There you go.
Be a good time.
Always.
Yep. Let me go back to this. All right. You ready?
Yep.
Ow.
Nice.
All right. We will be back next week with Wes, hopefully. If not, we'll figure it out. So, Rod, again, good job. Can't wait to see what next year brings. And the winter will be fun and everything in between, PRI and all the parts and all the cool stuff. Yeah. So, all right.
All right.
We'll see you later, everybody. Thank you. Good night.